So it's mid-March, still kind of cold, still get some snow, but the deck, it's pretty clear of snow right now, but they're calling for some today. In the meantime, what I'm going to try to do is we're going to get our deck ready for doing some gardening, and we haven't done that for a while, and we want to make a little nook to put the garden into. So what we're going to do in this area over here, I'm going to take this fence down and I'm going to push it back a bit and put a new portion of deck in, and then we're going to build kind of a stepped or a raised garden in there to do some vegetables this year. The first step is to take this rail out and disconnect all the screws from down below here. Now these pickets are original for when I put the deck up first, and I want to save this piece of railing for just moving it back. I don't want it to break or anything. So what I've done is I've unscrewed all the bottoms except for the two end ones, and from here it was screwed into the little shelter for the barbecue. So I'm going to try now unscrew the bottom and hopefully take it down gently, and I can reuse it. Well, let's see what happens here. That one broke off. That's not going to be fun. Look at that. It broke and now it's stuck on my... I hate when that happens. Okay. Let's go to a little gentle... I have a hammer in here. That little one. Tap it off. Now, take the other screw off. I'm going to do this on the other side. Still forgot to take that off, so I'm just tap it off with the little hammer here. Oop, there we go. Perfect. I forgot to pick it. Gonna have to put the screw back in. Careful. That. Okay, now time to build a new new frame underneath there to hold the garden. So I picked up some lumber now, so I'm going to start cutting it into make the frame for the base, and then start getting this together. Now a few flakes are starting to fall, so I don't know how far I'm going to get before we start getting some snowfall here, but let's see what we can do. In case you're wondering, for continuity purposes, I changed my coat because this one doesn't, the sawdust won't stick to it. My other one was kind of a more of a wool material, and whenever I cut, the sawdust was sticking. So this one here, it's kind of like a nylon. So just so you wonder why I'm on a different coat, just to keep the sawdust from sticking to me. So that's the frame I'm going to put down there for the base. But as you can see, it's starting to snow. So I think I'm going to bring stuff in now before we get snow covered and have to continue this on a nicer day. So a little bit more snow than I was anticipating. Looks like work might be, I don't know, it's going to be to a standstill, but I got to clear up the snow from here. And then on the framing I got here, I got to clean that up a little bit. So it's warming up a little bit. It's -1 Celsius. It's supposed to get to I think +3 or 4. So it'll melt a bit, but it's not going to melt enough that I can actually. I got my lumber down here that I gotta get at. So that's going to be pretty wet. So I don't think I'm going to cut that today, but I'm hoping to prep and maybe get the framing down today at least, so we'll see what happens. So now that I got the area cleaned out, swept up and shoveled out, got all the debris out of there, and put it into this can to dispose of, my next thing is this styrofoam here. I'm going to cut it to fit in the spot, and then that's just going to protect the membrane from any damage from the frame when I put it down. So I'm going to cut it up, put the frame down, secure it in place, and then that's all I'm going to do today, because like I said, my lumber is still under that snow and it's too wet to cut. So I'm gonna have to wait until a melt day to continue this, or if I'm feeling ambitious and we do get rid of some of the snow, I might put the railing back up again. We'll see. That easy. Put this down, then I gotta cut a little extra to fit the ends. I gotta change that bit. New bit. Let's see if that's better. Oh yeah. Much better. What a difference a good bit makes. And there's the frame. Okay, so the weather's not great, but it's warmed up a little bit. Well, I should say it's not great, it's actually pretty nice, but we still have a bunch of snow on the deck. But what I want to do now is I want to put the railing back on at least, so I'm a little further ahead, and we'll see what happens. If it dries up more, maybe I'll do the decking, but let's start with the rail. This here was attached to the deck on the side. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut this off, and then I'll have to make a new part on the back that will hold it. Take that off. Don't need my... So I've cut a piece of 2x4 now. I'm going to fit it onto the back of the barbecue stand at the height that the railing is going to be, and that'll support it while I try to, or start to put the railing back in place. Okay, so that's screwed in place. My railing will rest on that, and it'll help me secure it when I start to balance it across to the other part here. All right. It's a little big. I'm gonna have to cut that down a bit. I need 95.5. Look at that. I'm about 3/8 off. So a little difference from the top, or from the front part to the back part. Now that should fit. Give it a go. You know what? It's getting hot. Okay. Off comes the coat. Now grab that railing and put it up now. Okay. Now I just have to level it up, start screwing it in place. And there it is. Railing's up now. So now when the weather gets a little warmer and this lumber pile here is a little drier, cut her up, put her on the deck, and I'll be ready to go. As luck would have it, it's dried up today already, so it's a little cool. It cooled off a bit, but got Got the old sawdust jacket on just because I'm going to be doing some cutting now, and I'm going to start getting the wood cut up to put onto the deck. So let's get her done. And that's it. This part's done. On to the next.